Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
Cameras capture the moment a Rockford home is hit by a car. A witness says planned security measures may not help.
A state line man is charged 3 months after an infant's overdose death. Police say the suspect knew the young victim.
A local police department uses cameras and the community to help solve crime. The chief says a security app makes their job easier. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson.
A car crashes into a Rockford home and the driver is caught on camera walking away.
It happened Monday in Rockford's Rolling Green area. Rachel Perry spoke with a neighbor. Rachel, what did she see?
Mimi and Eric, she tells me she heard a weird noise and when she looked outside, saw 3 teenagers running away.
And I looked and I saw that car in one of my neighbor's houses.
Caught on camera, a car crashes into a Rockford home. The driver and passengers are then seen on this neighbor's camera walking away.
This isn't the first odd accident like this. It happens all the time, and it's right at the curve in the road.
Shannon lives on Wesleyan Avenue near Ohio Parkway. She tells me this is an issue she's seen before.
There used to be more trees on my road, let's put it that way.
Saying people don't slow down.
And I was getting out of the car, and I saw a vehicle truck coming flying down the road. I'm like, oh gosh, here comes another one. I better wait, or he might clip my door when I open it. As soon as he passed at like 70 miles an hour, he slammed full force into the car, parked on the street the next house over, and that was that's the same neighbor. It was their car.
Rockford Police confirmed the vehicle was reportedly stolen out of Rockford. 8th Ward Alderwoman Karen Hoffman and her husband live in Rolling Green, and she says they're working on a solution.
To help the people that want to be more conscientious is put up the flashing speed signs. So he's already gotten an estimate from the city, and they will be working on getting that all processed through the county.
Shannon, though, is cautiously optimistic.
I think the only people that it'll affect are people that are, good drivers, like someone like myself who doesn't go speeding and going through stop signs. There's still some of us out there.
The Neighborhood Association is holding a meeting on Tuesday, April 12th at Broadway Covenant Church to discuss similar issues on Alpine. We have that information on our website, mystateline.com. Mimi?
All right, thanks, Rachel. A Rockford man is charged in connection with an infant's drug overdose. Police obtained a warrant for DeAndre Fryer this week. They say he's responsible for the January death of a little girl. She was younger than 2. According to investigators, she died from a narcotic overdose. Fryer's already in the Winnebago County Jail on unrelated charges. He was arrested in February of last year during a drug bust. Fryer had an outstanding warrant for attempted murder going back to 2019.
Police search for the suspect in a Rockford liquor store shooting. Officers responded to W&S Food and Liquor on Broadway shortly after midnight last night. That's where they found a 28-year-old man shot in the head. He was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police say the victim was arguing with a man. That man left the store, then came back with a gun. The suspect and a woman took off in a dark-colored sedan.
Rockford Police arrest a man on various weapons charges after an early morning traffic stop. Scope officers conducted the stop in the 4200 block of Biltmore Chase shortly after 1 a.m. They say the driver and passenger exited the vehicle despite instructions to stay inside. Officers arrested the driver, Demetris Fambro, after finding a handgun and ammunition. He's charged with unlawful use of a weapon and no valid FOID card.
A dozen people don't have a place to live after a Rockford apartment building goes up in flames. This happened in the 3500 block of Greendale Drive around 12:40 this morning. Investigators say the fire started on the 3rd floor. They're not sure why. Residents got out safely before fire crews arrived. A cat died in the fire. Damage is estimated at $100,000. The Red Cross is helping those displaced find housing.
Belvidere Police connect with a community camera app to solve crimes. Their departments joined the Neighbors program. That's where residents share Ring camera footage related to incidents in their area. Now they can give direct updates to police and vice versa. Chief Shane Woody says while detectives will still have to go out, it's a great way to interact with the community.
We'll still have to go out there into the community and solicit evidence or video from community members, but this may allow us to narrow down at least one company and make things at least a little more efficient.
Chief Woody says if you have a security camera and you'd like to take part, you can give your name and address to the department. Then they will contact you about crimes in your area.
Some state line gas prices have dropped below $4. The average in Rockford and the state of Illinois is still above $4. This afternoon, the Mobile and Road Ranger stations at Winnebago Corners were $3.98 per gallon. The Rockford average, according to AAA, is $4.29. While the state of Illinois average is still $4.40. That's almost 8 cents lower than a week ago.
Oil executives are on Capitol Hill to answer for high gas prices.
They're part of a House hearing to look at the effects of price gouging on the amount we're paying at the pump. Hannah Brandt explains what solutions lawmakers are proposing.
Lawmakers are playing the blame game over high gas prices.
A lot of Democrats trying to deflect blame off of the Biden administration, and that is who's responsible for the increasing petroleum prices right now.
Both sides admit the Russia-Ukraine conflict is part of the increased cost, but Democrats like Congresswoman Kathy Castor say oil company executives are taking advantage of the global crisis to pad their bottom lines.
These are record-breaking profits. Why aren't they putting some of that into relief for consumers?
However, Republicans like Congressman Buddy Carter and Neil Dunn point back at President Biden and his energy policies.
This is bad policy. We have an energy industry that can make America independent.
Many people just want to see solutions that bring these prices down, and lawmakers say they have proposals to do that.
Congressman Donald McEachin wants to send out direct payments.
If this congressman has his way, you'll be getting a debit card with a certain dollar amount on it to help you pay for your gas.
But Congressman Carter thinks the solution is making it easier for companies to produce oil.
Because it works on a futures market, the immediate relief would be to show confidence to the energy companies that we are going to have an all-of-the-above type energy strategy.
And Mike Summers with the American Petroleum Institute agrees.
We need to get production back online as quickly as possible, and we need a regulatory scheme that advances that American energy leadership rather than undermines it.
In Washington, I'm Hannah Brandt.
A Rockton woman just returned home after spending time in Romania helping Ukrainian refugees.
Nikel Delgado introduces us to her. Nikel, what was she doing there?
That's right, Eric and Mimi. This was a 2-week trip where Brenda Warren and a nonprofit group that she works for were able to help Ukrainian families get basic supplies that they have been without.
People tend to forget about what's going on. I don't want them to forget.
Brenda Warren working alongside with local pastors in both Romania and Ukraine to help Ukrainian refugees. The nonprofit Envision Europa is helping provide the diesel fuel to help get supplies where it is needed.
The humanitarian aid is so vitally needed for people that have bombed out cities and towns, and they have no food and no water, no electricity.
Some of the families they were helping are still in Ukraine, while others have left their homes due to the invasion and were able to get to Romania, where Warren was able to help.
Brenda, I didn't think what to pack. I had an hour to pack, and I didn't know what to pack. He said, I left all the pictures of my children in my home, and I don't know if I'll ever get them again, and I don't know, if and my dog.
They have received 35 semi-truck loads of humanitarian aid and sent over 208 vans and mini buses to 58 different locations in Ukraine. Warren says this is a way to give people who have nothing now a sense of hope.
Sometimes they go into the subways and stay there, but otherwise there's really not any bomb shelters. They're in their homes taking shelter. So they are fighting to defend their own country, and that's how you see either they're joining up with the army and serving type thing, or they're helping to provide the humanitarian aid to help people.
Warren hopes this war ends soon. She encourages people to not forget about Ukraine and to help in any way.
It's going to take a long time to build back the country to what it was once they get free of this war.
I've linked more information on how you can help Ukrainian refugees. Just find this story on mystateline.com. Eric, Mimi?
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, we had a little sunshine out there early on, but the sun replaced with the clouds that were quick to move in here late this morning and throughout much of this afternoon. And from those clouds, we've had a few wind-driven rain showers. They haven't been much. A little steadier band of rain moving in to the northwest earlier this afternoon, that kind of fading away. And we continue to see that trend here as we go through the remainder of this evening. So we'll keep it as a widely scattered rain chance here over the next couple of hours, but we'll eventually start to see things dry out. Very classic looking low pressure system. Area of low pressure, the center of that low now over northwest Wisconsin. That tonight is going to stay to the north, and that's what's helped us kind of draw up that southwesterly wind. Despite the wind coming in from the southwest today, it was cold. I mean, it felt cold, right? The wind had a very big chill to it through much of this afternoon, and those wind speeds were mighty strong. Severe weather not quite as widespread over the southeast as what it was this time yesterday evening, but they have been dealing with quite a bit over the last 24 to 36 hours. Numerous tornadoes reported extending from Mississippi through Alabama, Georgia, through much of South Carolina as well, and even a waterspout there reported along the panhandle of Florida. So it's nice to see that coverage. You don't want to see that severe weather, but it's nice to see that coverage not as extensive here this evening. And with a very active last couple of days, an active March with regards to severe weather and reported tornadoes, the National Weather Service has been doing this for several years, designating April 6th as Safe Place Selfie Day. Now, this photo taken a few years ago, but our safe place is the same in the King household. Down in the basement, in the bathroom, we've got our severe weather kit down there as well with our supplies that we can easily take in there with you. So the idea behind today is you and your family plan out where to go. Where would we go if we needed to seek shelter? If a severe thunderstorm, tornado warning were issued, what do we do if we're under a flash flood warning? How about even just a fire too? I know that's not necessarily weather related, but that's something else to plan out. Know where to go when severe weather occurs, because our severe weather season locally is fast approaching, and you share your photos here, weather at WTVO.com. No severe weather for us tonight, just the clouds, the wind, and the rain showers, although we'll lose some of the rainfall here. Temperatures in the upper 40s and low 50s. I know our weather watcher Ben up in South Beloit also checking in with 48 degrees. Take note of those wind gusts, still close to 40 miles per hour in a couple of spots. We'll lose a little bit of the wind, but still maintaining about a 25 to 30 mile per hour wind gust here through the night. Colder air wraps in for the start of our Thursday. We'll start off with a couple of snow flurries, mix that in with a few scattered rain showers as we look into the afternoon. And then Thursday night, we've got a couple more snow flurries mixing in. You may get a quick dusting on some of the grassy surfaces early Friday as that temperature drops close to freezing. We're only up to 42 for Friday afternoon, so it gets cooler. We see a little more sunshine late in the day on Saturday. Sunday could feature an isolated rain shower. Back into the 60s next week. Depends really on the timing and placement of a warm front. We want to be on the south end of that, guys, but if we end up on the north end of it next week, those temperatures, they could go down.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
The baseball season opens tomorrow, so how optimistic should we be about the Cubs and the White Sox? Let's start with the Sox. Division champs a year ago, back-to-back playoff appearances for the first time in franchise history. Nice stuff, but those things alone won't cut it this year. Anything less than American League championship will be a disappointment. Unlike last year, the Sox lineup is healthy. And with the addition of A.J. Pollock and Josh Harris, it should be even stronger. I think Luis Robert is going to be the American League MVP. We'll be talking about him being perhaps the best position player in Major League Baseball by the end of the season. My concern for the Sox is the starting rotation. Doesn't matter how good a team's lineup is, it still needs strong starting pitching. Lucas Giolito and Dylan Cease will be fine. After that, well, how do you replace what Carlos Rodon and Lance Lynn gave you last year? Rodon's gone. Lynn probably won't be fully ready to go for a couple months. The Sox are also counting on Michael Kopech to be a key guy in the rotation, but he struggled in the spring and he's never proven that he can pitch a lot of innings. And Dallas Keuchel doesn't seem to have much, if anything, left in the tank. And losing Garrett Crochet for the season is a huge, huge blow to the bullpen. The pitching will frustrate Sox fans. The lineup will thrill them. The Sox will win the AL Central again, and I think they'll finish with a record of 92-70. That's 1 win fewer than last season. I don't think they had the pitching to win a World Series, but maybe the Sox will make a huge midseason trade for a pitcher that'll change that. Well, the Cubs were sellers last year. The result, they finished with only 71 wins, 20 games below 500. Ownership and the marketing folks are selling the Wrigleyville experience to fans over the team. That's better than lying and telling the fan base this team has a chance to contend for a championship. Cubs' 2 big moves in the offseason were signing Marcus Stroman and Seiya Suzuki. Both good moves. Not good enough, though, to make the Cubs a threat to the Brewers in the division race, and probably not enough to make the Cubs contenders for a wild card berth. Starting pitching, or lack of it, was the Cubs' biggest problem last year. That'll be the case again this year. Kyle Hendricks and Stroman at the top of the rotation are solid. After that, there's not much to get excited about. Maybe Wade Miley duplicates what he did last year in Cincinnati and gives the Cubs 3 starters they can rely on. After that, Drew Smyly and Alec Mills don't do much for me. Maybe Adbert Alzolay, when he gets healthy, which won't be until midseason, maybe he can help. But losing Cody Hoyer for a couple months hurts the bullpen. I don't see much hope there. And I actually think the Cubs lineup has a chance to be solid. Frank Schwindel and Patrick Wisdom have to prove that what they did last year was not a mirage. Suzuki has to adapt to Major League pitching. Ian Happ, Nick Madrigal, and Nico Horner have to keep maturing as hitters. And there's still Wilson Contreras. The NL Central isn't great. The Pirates are terrible. The Reds have taken a step backwards. The Brewers, they're going to be very good. And the Cardinals, better than average. I see the Cubs challenging for a 3rd-place finish with a record of 74-88, a 3-game improvement over last season.
The first WARN interactive radar brought to us by Rockford Auto Glass and More. We continue to see widely scattered showers kind of whipping through with some of the wind here this evening. We'll see the coverage of showers kind of decrease over the next several hours, but the wind will stay with us. Temperatures tonight will dip down into the 30s. Rolling up to 46 for tomorrow. Could mix in a couple of snowflakes during the morning on Thursday and then Thursday night into Friday. A little cool start to the weekend, warming up though as we get into next week.
70 stands out. Thanks, Candace.
And thank you for spending some of your time with us. Stay safe.